Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Let's talk about 6 easy to replicate tips/tricks you can use every game to elevate your game sense. I learned these tips, applied them, and kept using them to great success since my Overwatch 1, Tier 2 and 3 scrims, and I can assure you they will surprise opponents of any rank. This is not a trick to be used every single fight, but it can be so incredibly effective if timed properly. The idea is to use the element of surprise with a mid-fight flank to try and win the fight at that moment. Picking the key timing is difficult because it leaves your team one man down while you're on your way and you may lose the fight during your rotation. This is why I suggest analyzing how the fight is going, understanding which team is currently advantaged, and make your move before the advantage changes hands or while the enemy team is rotating away into a stronger position or after key enemy cooldowns were used. This is a very risky move, but it is a true test of your game sense if you are able to pull this off consistently. Don't forget, this can also be used against you, so be aware and control the flanks for your team to use. This riskier move can grant you an early 5 to 15% ult charge consistently on defense. Having your ult one fight earlier will allow you to win those key first and second fights. Such a bonus especially helps heroes that have a slower charging ultimate, such as Ashe. So when defending, take advantage of the enemy spawn doors opening to throw a cooldown and scout their team composition. You are not looking to get a kill, so you will be feeding a minor amount of ult charge to the enemy supports, but you are not feeding them as much as you are feeding your own ult charge. This trick is advantageous if and only if you do not get yourself hurt. So use the element of surprise, but do not overstay your welcome to avoid getting embarrassed by a speed boost, a sleep, or a widow headshot. Here's 3 neat ways you can use ping. By holding down your ping button and pressing a cooldown, you can tell your team the amount of seconds left on that cooldown. This is so incredibly useful for the longer and especially the life-saving cooldowns. Most heroes have that trick available to them, and that extra context will help your team with better coordination. You can ping an enemy to follow them through the environment where you do not have good visual contact, such as through trees or through teammates that may be blocking your view. You have a couple of seconds post-mortem to ping the latest positions of the enemy that finished you. This trick is incredibly valuable against Widowmaker or Invisible Sombras. This is a tactical tip I have used to great success during my in-game leading days. Keep an eye on the current score to understand which fights are worth using your best ults for. You want to have your ult ready to win the most important fights of the game. Let's start with a good example on Flashpoint. As our red team is getting closer to the 100% capture, we engage early to force the fight to start now to use up the remaining 20% and stop the enemy from retaking the point. Now for a bad example. We're not going to lose this cleanup fight, so using Sigma ult does not help us take map control or get capture percentage, but rather stops teammates from charging their ultimates. There are also moments where you should not be giving your HP to the enemy by contesting the point. Here in this example, with a quick reset, not only do we avoid feeding new ults to the enemy, but we're able to re-engage sooner and minimize enemy capture percentage in case we were to lose this next fight, which we do. Now we have our strongest ults available to win this key fight. Think about using this idea when approaching fights regardless of game mode. I am preparing another video that will expand on this concept. Always keep an eye on the availability of your teammates' ultimates using the scoreboard. With that info, you can give yourself the patience needed to keep your cooldowns ready to follow up on a teammate's ult usage, or simply as an indication for you to stay alive long enough. You throwing in your key cooldowns at those moments increases effectiveness, which makes a huge difference to the success rate of your team's ultimates. And when you're looking to combo ults, have your key cooldowns ready for the follow-up. The point is to take this tip to the next level and find creative ways to guarantee the success of your team's ults without using your own ultimate. The great thing with the addition of perks is that you can adapt your hero to handle the current enemy team comp more efficiently. Predicting the situations you will find yourself in, you can pick the perk that will assist you the most. A few examples on Ana. Facing a Nano Blade means picking the Self Nano Major perk for that extra survivability. Moreover, facing an enemy shield team composition means using the Bounce Nade minor perk to get around the shields. This sort of logic can easily be applied to most heroes and their perks. Another great example is picking between Ashe's major perks, either using the Dynamite Explosion buff to get around shields, or the extra damage from 2 consecutive scope shots when playing against shield-less enemies. The only downside is the fact that you cannot change perks after confirmation, so be extra wary of the enemy team comp switches. These 6 easy to remember tricks can give you the edge to make a positive difference right away and can upgrade your gameplay if applied correctly. I've got a few more similar tips and tricks, so if you're interested in a part 2 video, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel. This was Fape for the Fapelele Gaming channel.